Greetings, Sky Watchers! Welcome back to Void. It's the second month of the year and more space happenings have taken place. I'm Science Ben, let's discover February sky. We've transported to just after sunset tonight here outside of the dome at the Danville Science Center. The brightest object we'll see this evening is the moon, but not as bright as it will be tomorrow evening when it reaches true fullness. The second full moon of 2025, a full moon in February, is referred to by some as a snow moon. There are still plenty of planets to find in the night sky competing with the moon's light. The best competition will be this Sunday, the 16th, when the brightest planet, Venus, reaches greatest brightness for its 2025 evening apparition. The Love planet will reach a magnitude of -4.6. At its brightest, the moon reaches a magnitude of -12.8. The brightest star, other than the sun, Sirius, has a magnitude of -1.5. So Venus will at least be much brighter than that. The brightness of Venus depends on two things: the planet's distance from Earth and its phase. Just like with the moon, the amount of sunlight reflecting off of the planets appears to change over time from our perspective. The outer planets only go through minor changes, as we never see less than half their faces lit. However, with Venus and Mercury having orbits closer to the sun, they both go through a full cycle of phases, just like the moon. If Venus passes between the Earth and the sun, the side that faces Earth is completely unilluminated and we cannot see the planet, just like with a new moon. However, if Venus lies opposite the sun from the Earth, then it experiences total illumination, a full Venus, just like a full moon. When Venus reaches fullness, it is also at its most distant point away from the Earth, which makes it appear fainter. Venus reaches its brightest when it is in the crescent phase, with less than half its face illuminated. The planet is much closer to the Earth at that time than during others. You can spot a bright crescent Venus in Sunday night sky following sunset. Next Thursday, the 20th, twilight welcomes the return of Mercury above the horizon, presenting all 7 planets lined up along the ecliptic, visible to all who have a telescope for viewing distant Neptune and Uranus. The planets will not actually be aligned in space. This is just a perspective effect that results from all planet orbits being roughly in the same plane. Venus? Love? Venus was the goddess the ancient Romans associated with love, but Juno was the goddess associated with marriage and childbirth. The Juno spacecraft has recently birthed some pretty impressive images of Jupiter and its supervolcanic moon, Io. A joint effort between Lockheed Martin and NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the Juno spacecraft launched in August 2011 on a mission to Jupiter. The mission? To measure the largest planet's composition, gravitational and magnetic fields, but most of all, to study Jupiter's magnetosphere. Juno reached Jovian orbit in July 2016 and has since made 76 orbits of the gas giant. Its closest approach happened last February when it flew by at just 930 miles above Jupiter. Juno is only the second ever spacecraft to orbit Jupiter, Galileo being the first, which orbited from 1995 to 2003. Not to worry, 3 more crafts, Europa Clipper, Juice, and Lucy, are all currently on their way to provide even more insight to Jupiter and its moons in the very near future. Some of Juno's most recent reveals include this image released at the end of last month that features an intense and temporary storm gliding through Jupiter's southern temperate belt. A collection of observers has decided the cloud looks like a dolphin. Dolphin cloud of Jupiter. Around the same time, the Juno team also shared this image of a volcanic hotspot on Jupiter's moon Io that the team's chief investigator described as the most powerful volcanic event ever recorded on the most volcanic world in our solar system. This hotspot produced more than 6 times the energy produced collectively by all of the world's power plants and spreads an area larger than Lake Superior. Its discovery was thanks to Juno's Jovian Infrared Auroral Mapper, or GIRAM, which also collected the data used to generate this animation of Jupiter's North Pole. Enjoy the remaining clear, cold skies while they last. Warmer air holds more moisture, making spring and summer skies cloudier than winter. Join us next month when we welcome the return of the vernal equinox, spring for us here in the Northern Hemisphere, and discuss what there is to discover in March's sky. Returning the second Tuesday of March, March the 11th, 2025. Until next time, thanks for watching, and keep discovering.